Yes lads, joebiline here and welcome to Man City Career Mode episode 4. As always, massive thanks to EA for inviting me down to their capture event in London, where I was able to record this footage at their capture event. Massive thanks to them as part of the Game Changers network. So let's jump into today's episode. And there's been a few days gap, I apologise for that. Just busy week, but weekend now I can get ahead on some of these recordings, get them all loaded, ready to schedule out. And I know, and I'll try and always make them about 8 PM every other day or two, so maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday or something like that. Either way, 8 PMs, the earliest slots will be my FIFA mobile stuff and all that good stuff. But we're starting off today's episode with a sim at home to Anderlecht in the Champions Cup. Now obviously we had quite a rocky start simming the Champions Cup, so it was time to make amends, because are we going to lose the title and the cups to simmers? I evidently not. Sterling and Insigne on the score. I accidentally skipped the match, so we saw the result straight away. But a strong 2-0 win at home to Anderlecht, not Ajax. And then we had Chelsea away, Stamford Bridge. This was going to be a tough game. The weather didn't look too great. There was a bit of a shadow sunset, I guess, on the 5:30 kickoff on BT Sport. We've got the Premier League overlay, and it was time to do what we could. Live from Stamford Bridge, Chelsea versus Manchester City. And we had the brighter start. Well, did we though? We didn't. Conte was in the middle here, but Gundogan took out Bakayoko, and it was a big crunch. I was like, alright, we're away at Chelsea here. Let's show them we're here, boys. Man City, the citizens are here. Let's go in early, frighten them, see if we can do any work. Sterling cuts down on the right, and he's looking for someone in the box, but he can't quite connect. And Courtois is there to sweep up. Sorry, I'm losing my words today, but Kante having a rare shot. He does all the hard work in the midfield. Occasionally he wants a shot himself. End to end this was going from one end to the other, not really fostering any real chances herself. Chelsea definitely having the brighter chances. Eden Hazard with the best shot of the match. Ederson on hand to make a great save to keep the scores level. Just before half time, Insigne overran the ball, couldn't quite get the control in time. They threaded a beautiful ball through to Costa, who in this save, Conte's decided that he's going to play him. Obviously in real life he's off to Atletico Madrid, which was kind of what everyone expected to happen. And at 0-0 they had been all over us, but we'd hold firm. We had some chances ourselves, just none were real clear-cut chances. And it was time to go into this second half, and we knew that we needed to change fortunes, but it continued. Chelsea pushing on, not getting any real chances, but they were there, and they could happen if they were cleanly. Ederson on hand to keep us at bay, and from this we were going to attack. Sterling did marvellous work, threaded it through to Aguero, who got space, and started it under Courtois. Very much against the run of play, but we were going to take it. Just before the hour mark, we were 1-0 up. Just after the hour mark, though, Aguero through again. Beautifully chops. I don't even know what I'm saying today, lads. It's early Saturday morning. Was making changes. Gundogan off, Fernandinho on. It's getting to a few weeks ago since I actually recorded this, so I'm actually starting to forget what some of the results actually were. So I guess it's kind of exciting to see what happened here. But Insigne, moment of brilliance, makes it 2-0. And I was thinking, is that the game wrapped up? We've been absolutely getting hammered by Chelsea this game. But Ederson has stood firm, our defence have played well, and we took the chances, one on a counter and one on a moment of brilliance from Insigne. I'm happy I signed Insigne. One thing I'm not happy about though is that his default celebration is the dab, and in the 90th minute Kante pulled one back. Was there enough time for them to have a comeback? Well, Kante certainly thought there might be. He took a chance. Skin me, probably should have done better defending. But we're all still learning at this game, and obviously this was one of my first chances to play career mode, despite from bits here and there at Gamescom and EA Play. So we'd had it and we was learning. We'd put the difficulty up, and just to make it more competitive, because we'd got into a few games of it now. I was like, okay, I can do professional, let's go up to world class. We were riding it out. It was tough, but we were defending just enough, apart from the little moments of lapses at the end. Annoying not to keep a clean sheet, although all things were granted with the chances they had. It was a very strong, well thought out, I wouldn't call it lucky, because we defended well for the most part and we took the chances when we had them. So I've got to be happy with that. And we was at home to Britannia Saturday 14th of October, a few weeks away from Halloween. But we had Stoke and they were visiting us, Butler and Florenzi. They've signed Florenzi. Very strong signing Florenzi is, but De Bruyne made us 1-0 up, and Shaqiri had missed a penalty, so things were going pretty well as we went into the second half. But they brought on Bohan, we brought on Jesus. Sterling made it 2-0. Fernandinho came on for the tired legs of Nainggolan. Martins Indy pulled one back. That's another clean sheet we failed to keep, but Jesus made it 3-1, and that about settled up the 3 points. So it was a strong 3-1 win on the Sims. We would take that indeed. Shame not to keep a clean sheet. We need to start keeping some clean sheets because it's not been happening so far, and that's no good. So it was time for some more Champions League action, or due to licensing reasons, the Champions Cup. And we were away at Monaco, and that annoyed me almost instantly, because Monaco's ground, and at this time of night, is one of those grounds where the game just looks desaturated and vintage, and not in a good way. Like, I'm sure, let me know if you agree in the comment section below, but when it goes to this time setting at these stadiums, it just doesn't look nice. It looks drained. It doesn't. I get what they're trying to do to make it look dusky, because it's meant to be at dusk in the night with the spotlights, the floodlights, but it just looks so colour washed, and it's not nice. But anyway, we had Monaco, and this game, I'll be repeating myself a lot in this game, but we had chances straight away. Early doors Sterling, as you can see, I am favouring that 4-3-3 wing play. Sterling and Insigne are some key figures in this side for me. I've got my midfielders, they're all pretty versatile midfielders. We had made a few changes in this match, so we gave David Silva a start due to tired legs. We'd put Gabriel Jesus up front, and we'd made a few changes here and there in the team just to keep fresh legs, keep rotations going, make sure no one gets tired. But Sterling and Insigne were starting for us because we needed the points. After that early loss against CSKA Moscow, we still needed the points. And the highlights to show were all ours. It was all ours here, there and everywhere. But very much in most, and some of you pointed out, I'm wasting my chances. And this game pretty much summed that up. I was wasting chances left, right and centre. It's just one of the things as you get used to the game again. But at half time, we were somehow still at 0-0. We hadn't had any clear-cut shots, but we had a heap of chances, and we should have probably been able to convert 1 or 2 of them. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So the thrill ride was a little bit stalled, but Sterling, as he was in the first half, tried to take it upon himself, couldn't quite get it there. Only 5 minutes later, he was through again, looking for his man, looking for Jesus, and Jesus, with the tamest shot of your life, couldn't convert. But Sterling kept pounding on the gate. He was making space. That right side of the field was all his. It was like the left back, Congolo, wasn't even there. He proved Sterling no problem whatsoever. And eventually, on the 65th minute, the deadlock was broken. Quite a simple ball in the end. Insigne on hand to just tap it home. Unmarked, simple as you like. And that's all it took in the end. We've been hammering on that door, and it done. Insigne, to congratulate him, gave him some rested legs, brought on Leroy Sané, and we brought on Ben Brereton. It was time to give Ben Brereton a run out in the Champions League, and 10 minutes later he had a golden chance, but the keeper with a firm hand to stop him, and I was upset for the lad. I was excited for him. I was like, here he is, he's not going to get a better chance than this, and he had it, and it was saved. But Sané, on fire in the 89th minute, fresh legs, fresh pace, explosive pace, knocks a clever ball through to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne makes it 2-1. Simple. So that's the game wrapped up and done, surely? It was. It was literally the last kick of the game. Or was it? No, it wasn't. They had one more chance. Sorry. Like I say, I'm forgetting how some of this had gone. They did have one more chance at the end. And how could I forget this, actually? Absolute scorcher of a volley. Poor defending. Once again, tail of the tapes. We're conceding at the end. We're switched off. We'd cut the 2-0 clear. Switched off. Definitely on the replay, my fault. I should not have been trying to do cutbacks and fake shots in my own half. And never mind in my own half, just outside my box. It probably served me right for doing that. If I can cut that out of my game, stop getting confident when I'm going 2 goals up, I can start keeping clean sheets. And I need to remember that going into games that matter. Well, not that any game doesn't matter, but that didn't matter because we were 2-0 up in the dying seconds. So we'd managed to get a full clean sweep of victories in this episode. So do leave a like if you enjoyed it. Episode 5 will be out in a few days, and then I guess soon, I know there's going to be about 15 episodes, but we'll have to start thinking what we do next when we go live.com and who we do the next series with. So leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here, come follow me on Twitter at joebilinehd.